Hey everyone, it's Desiree and I am here with Rubber Stamp Tapestry, and we are once again going to have some fun with some peg stamps. The set we're going to feature today is called Blueberry Tea, and I just absolutely love that. I think it is just so cute, and we're going to have a play on the tea part. This is a 2-peg stamp set. Got a beautiful piece of greenery that we'll be using 2 shades of green, and we have, of course, blueberries. And I am actually going to be using 2 shades of an archival ink that I have for it. And what I'm going to feature today is, since we're going to put a play on the word tea, is I'm also going to be using some infinity dies by Hero Arts, and I'm going to use, of course, one of these cups, which I think is really, really cute. And then these are the centers for them to cut out the little tiny holes. So I thought that would be really cute. We're going to turn it into a birthday card, and I'm going to be using the Desiree K Designs birthday die. So it has the cloud, or what I refer to as the cloud, and then the beautiful scripty font birthday. This is one of my go-tos when it comes to a birthday sentiment. So let's stamp a die cut and give it some color. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's start with our stamping. I'm going to use a different type, or a couple different types of inks here. I'm going to use my Desiree K inks for the greens, and then I'm going to pull in my archival inks. Now, the archival inks that I'm going to be using are Cobalt and Faded Jeans. I just thought those colors really matched the blueberry feel, or what we think the blueberry color is, because they're all kinds of different colors, and you can get these different hues by doing a first generation stamping or a second generation stamping. And that just means first generation, you're going from ink pad with the stamp to the paper, and then a second generation is taking the stamp into your ink, stamping off onto a scratch, and then going to your cardstock. You can get your different hues. So if you don't have a lot of ink pads, you can get different shades of that one color. Whether you just stamp it twice or you stamp it 2 times, you can make it darker. Or again, if you just do that second, third, sometimes even a 4th generation stamp, depending upon the color. You can see I am just filling in this cardstock. I'm just creating a background. I'm keeping it very close together, really pushing those images into place. Now again, remember, you have that registration line, which will tell you how that's going to go onto your paper, what it's going to look like. So by turning this peg stamp, you can get different views, different angles when it comes to that image. I used one of the dies from the Hero Arts Infinity die set called Cups and Handles. Again, you know, blueberry tea peg stamp set, teacup. Now, you could also draw your teacup as well and then cut it out that way. So again, you don't necessarily have to have a die. I'm going to come in with one of my makeup brushes and Faded Jeans and go around the edge of this teacup, just to give it some more color and shading around the side. So it looks like one of those, you know, English teacups. At least it does for me. I don't know for anybody else. Maybe it looks like a hot mess. I don't know. But I thought it was really cute. I have a background mat, and then I took a piece of white cardstock and cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4, and the blue mat is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because that will perfectly fit on my standard A2 size card base. I'm going to be making a landscape card, and I've die cut my sentiment, and this is the Desiree K birthday and shadow die. This is my go-to when it comes to a die for birthday. I just love the font. I love the size. I just love everything about it. So I used vellum for what I refer to as the cloud. And then I used a dark blue for the sentiment itself. And you can see I'm layering this. I cut that 3 times so that I can get a thicker piece. It'll also give more dimension and help that to pop right off of the teacup. I used a piece of vellum because I still wanted to see the design in the background, but that vellum around this sentiment will push that image, those stamped images, to the background. So you'll still see them, but they won't be as prominent, excuse me, as what it looks like around that vellum. So it's a good way if you've got a really busy background piece of paper, or if you've created your own, it's a good way to have all of that work still show, but allow your sentiment to come shining through. And remember, we don't always have to use black. We can use all kinds of colors that will match our image. So I had a real feel for these blues. I like to call them like a Wedgwood blue, because there's a gray, in my eyes, there's like a gray undertone that's going on with them. I'm going to remove the release paper from the double-sided foam squares that I'm using to prop up my teacup, and I'm going to place that right in the center, but a little bit towards the bottom. So I just counterstated myself there. Sorry. So a little bit towards the bottom, and I'm going to come in with 2 shades of alcohol markers in a gray. I went with a cool gray because of the blues. And I'm just actually scribbling. There is no rhyme or reason. I'm creating a shadow going on here just to ground that image so it doesn't look like it's floating in the air. Just providing that shade. Now you could continue through and draw like a little tiny table that it's sitting on, and all of that. But I just wanted that shadow. I'm going to pick up my sentiment now, and I'm just putting small dots in behind some of the areas for the sentiment, and I'm going to place that right across the teacup. I'm going to pull in a couple of gems. I'm going to pull in some of the Trinity drops. These are the iridescent drops. And then I'm going to pull in some gems from, I think they are by Pretty Pink Posh, and they are called Sapphire, I believe. And that's going to be like kind of like bubbles, you know, like steam. At least that's how I looked at it. You know, steam coming out of the teacup. I love adding these. You know, you can never have enough. But just having fun placing those. So we've got some clear, and then we've got those beautiful dark sapphires. They almost look black, but when you turn them, you've got this blue shade to them. So they're really, really pretty going across that top. So I do hope you enjoyed today's project with Rubber Stamp Tapestry. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think it is really, really cute, and a way to just take those images and create your own backgrounds, and then actually putting them on an image as well. As always, the products that I used will be listed down below in the video description, and any questions you leave, I will make sure that I get back to you as soon as I can, with hopefully an answer for you. I hope you are enjoying your day, and by all means, if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and make sure you hit that thumbs up, because that'll let me know if you like this video. And by all means, continue to create, continue to have fun, enjoy it, don't stress out. Enjoy what you're making. You are creating art. I can't tell you all that enough. And I hope you agree. By all means, don't compare yourselves to everyone else. Each art piece is unique. So remember, enjoy, and always remember what's most important. Always be creative. We do it every day, and we just don't know it. Take care. Till the next video.